Well, thank y'all all for joining. Um, I, by no means, am an AI master, so I definitely want this to be an open conversation, but I know it's a huge topic right now in our industry. And so I just wanted to kind of have an open conversation of what everyone's using, what everyone's learned. Um, and we also want to thank Fort Worth for being the sponsor of this talk. They have been a great partner. And so want to thank them for that. Hi, Joe.
Morning.
So I just kind of wanted to follow this up. We had a great class in San Antonio last year at SeaWorld, and Carrie Farinack with CNTV came and she kind of talked to our chapter about AI and how our industry is using it. And so I wanted to follow up with that because I do feel like a lot of people didn't come and just kind of see what everyone else out there is using. I every day I hear of something new, whether it's in our industry or not. And so I kind of want to hear what y'all are using, hearing. I also have my list as well. So I don't want to be the only one talking. Does anybody want to start a topic? Go ahead, Karen.
Yeah, the only two that I've really messed around with a little bit with one of the picture ones, I think it's Dolly, but really that's not kind of my thing. I just was curious. But I have used Chat GBT some, and then there's also Spark AI. Um, so those are the two that I've used a little bit, but I'm still trying to figure out, like, other than brainstorming, in other words, to use them for that with what I do, then because I'm not writing agendas, I'm not doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing some of the things that they can do for the events and meetings industry. But I'm having a hard time figuring out, truthfully, how to utilize them to actually save me time and utilize them to their best, which is really kind of what I'm looking for.
So I actually have a question maybe for you and Joe, and maybe some other people, because I know some people are using them for contracts. Are y'all using them on that side?
Not yet, thank goodness.
Yeah.
That's just one more thing to go through.
Yeah.
The only thing that freaks me out about it, I'll just say this, that I've really started to notice here lately, and this is not industry related yet, but it's like if you go to Amazon and like I just ordered like a pot to put a plant in for my patio, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you go and you look, there's like 10 pictures and they're all, you really look at them like, this is a cartoon. This isn't a picture. It's not a
Yep.
photograph.
Mm.
And then, it made it look a lot bigger than it was because I got it in the mail yesterday and I was like, okay, this is too small for the cactus I want to put in it. So anyway, just thought I'd share that.
Yeah, no, and actually, that's one of the things I wrote down, and I just saw last night on LinkedIn was someone was at a show and saw an AI photo booth. So you like went in and got your picture done, but then like it fixed you up in AI.
There was a group showcasing a new algorithm. They're a photo booth group, and they were at Connect Marketplace last summer, Connect Meetings Marketplace, the big one that they do
Mhm.
every year with a bunch of tracks. And I had a couple of pictures done there because a friend of mine who's really creative. They asked questions. It was really kind of fun because they ask you like your favorite color and if you were in a setting, where would you want to be?
Mhm.
Just some stuff like that. And then their algorithm goes in and creates something in AI. And they do other traditional booths. So this was something that they were gonna, I think, patent. So I don't know if that's who you saw or not. But it was kind of interesting, the images that it came up. And I was just going to say, to Joe's point on the contracts, Visit Plano does not write contracts. Our convention center has their own sales team. So they would be the ones writing those contracts, and then everything else that we work on as a DMO, CVB is, between like the hotel or
Yeah.
whatever event facility of the client. But I have had conversations with meeting planners that are friends of mine who are actually occasionally putting a clause out there on ChatGPT or Spark AI. And, just kind of seeing what comes back on issues. Spark AI, if I'm correct, promises that whatever work you do inside Spark AI is not going to be shared with the overall Spark AI program. I don't think that's true with ChatGPT, but I'm not the expert on this. So that's all my comments.
Yeah, no, we've used Spark a few times. I haven't quite used it on the contract side, but I know my speaker manager has used it to create bios and stuff like that. But I think I did put in a clause, and then the other day we used ChatGPT to create like a new policy. And it's like what kind of like you were saying, okay, now take what you have and add, not on a policy, but add yellow to it, And so like if you keep building on the same one, it's supposedly just supposed to get better and better. Anybody else?
I've used it for really basic stuff, kind of Sarah, what you were saying about policies and event descriptions when we're building out registration. But our organization has actually kind of halted the use of AI until we look more into security and things like that. So I was using it a lot last year, and then this year kind of put the stop to it at the moment. So kind of in the dark as far as AI's.
I wish I would have kept it. I saw a really interesting article the other day, and it was the most common words that ChatGPT puts in something. So, like, if you see those words in it, you can tell that it was done by ChatGPT. And so they're saying, don't take whatever it writes, take it and then put it in your own words after a little bit and kind of mix it up. What
I'll
about,
jump in.
go ahead.
I use it for a lot of different things, and I'll actually paste in here the platform I use. It's called Poe. And sorry, I can't really like talk and find the chat and paste at the same time. So here. But it's a conglomerate of like a bunch of different bots. So it has ChatGPT, Playground, Dolly, and then it has like them categorized of like the most popular AI bots that are being used right now, or featured bots. But it kind of lets you, it's kind of an umbrella of AI platforms. And it's free. Right now it is, but we use it for, and let me pull up my chats, helping develop like internal guides for staff and just putting in like bullet points and saying, hey, can you make this sound professional? And it's going into a staff policy. And so then it will start writing it, and then you never take what it exactly writes, right? It gives you kind of the foundation, and but that saves me so much time, right? Then I can go in and be like, no, I don't like this. This sounds like it's AI, we need a different word here. I use it for session descriptions for our national conference, because anytime we do a call for abstracts, the folks either submit like some 2-page document for like a session description, so condensing that down, or some folks send like an outline for an abstract, and so I'll submit the outline to the platform and say, create a session description for this that is 100 words or less, and it will write it out for me. And so I use it for so many different, it's almost my new Google. I kind of use it instead of going to Google for a lot of things. What's another word for, how do you make this sound more creative? I really ask it so many things, and I use it every single day. It saves me a lot of time. I also used it to write my Facebook post for my Elf on the Shelf during Christmas time. So we would do like these little things for our kids for Elf on the Shelf. And you know, my family far and wide wants to see it, but I don't want to spend time creating like the Facebook post. So I would just say, this is what the elf did, make it sound cute and creative. And so they would write it out for me. And I'm like, thank you. And now I can just plug in my picture and this, and we're good to go. So
Can
those are,
you
you know,
do it where you even put the picture in and it would write it off of what it saw? Did you try
oh,
that?
I haven't tried that.
That'd be
That's a
interesting.
good idea, actually. But then again, the whole security thing, right? Like I do,
Yeah.
you have to be careful. Like I never put in our association's name, or any of like our member company names. I never put in like actual data sets or anything like that because it's not, there's no parameters around it right now, right?
Right.
So that's kind of scary. I will say for our member segment that we serve, we're in the facilities maintenance space, so our buyers, if you will, are facility managers that are managing like the Walmarts, the dollar stores, to Louis Vuitton, to Old Navy. So they're really managing the walls and what is in those walls to make them work, like HVAC, lighting, plumbing. And so what they're starting to use AI for is really to automate some services. So if there's like an HVAC filter that needs to be replaced, that will then trigger the facilities maintenance department, that triggers the product department, that triggers the procurement department, and it really starts to automate those services to where now they're removing a lot of communication time that would and need to be taking place, and they can get their product easier, especially with all of the skilled labor shortage and supply and demand that we're seeing right now. It's really been beneficial. So that's just my kind of 2 cents on AI.
Awesome.
I would love to use that with my company descriptions because some of them are awful for exhibitors, but I don't know. I don't know, would that be a legal thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just don't put their name in it and ask it to rewrite it without the name. Like say for a company that does this, make this sound more professional, and then go back to them and be like, I was taking a look at your description and thought we could spruce it up a little bit, and here's an example. Do you like?
That's a good idea because they're either way too long. I mean, I give them a certain amount of, characters, but then they're I don't know.
They don't listen though. Nobody.
No, they don't.
They don't. Listens.
It's true. It's true. I may give it a try this year. That'd be a good start. And Haley, I had a question. You said you used it a lot last year, but because of some internal legal things, you don't have to go into what your legal things are, but is it just, well, I guess I'm asking you to go into the internal legal things. How is that affect? I mean, what are those legal things that y'all are looking at if you can share?
I am not sure of the specifics, but basically what got added to our employee handbook was just banning the use of chat GPT and things like that. They did say that we could use like Grammarly because I guess there's some more parameters around it. I have now used Grammarly and it's not great. It's really hard. I just try to make event descriptions and stuff with it, and it's just not doing what chat GPT was. Yeah, of course.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're supposed to be coming up with an AI policy as well here. It just hasn't gotten done yet.
Sarah, I've used it to actually create session descriptions, but took it a step further. And I asked it to create a different variety of session descriptions using the main one. So we use that sort of as the marketing tool for example, 3 different messages with the same description to give us ideas on how to market a session differently. Another thing that we've used is also, I don't know if you guys know, Canva also has an AI tool. So I haven't actually used it, but I've played with it to sort of give me ideas if I want a graphic on a specific thing and I'm stuck. So that's another tool that I've used.
I did not know they had that. That's interesting. What about like, and when you're in a hotel or convention center, like a wayfinding app, have y'all seen that out there? Joe, you have a new convention center. Do y'all have something like that in your new hotels, convention centers, or have you seen that out there?
I haven't yet, no, but they're just, they're in the process of rolling out a lot of new stuff and hiring staff. And I
Yeah.
think they may have had some turnover on top of everything else, but I will ask me more in a month because I'll
Okay.
be up at the end of this month and I'll know more.
Well, I know the Gaylord has one, and you basically can put in like where you want to go, and then it wayfinds you all the way through. But like SeaWorld does it. I think there's a lot of, bigger places, and I think that would be really cool, either in your show app or like if different hotels and convention centers had that, I think that would really take off. And then does anybody's app currently do like matchmaking? Like, hey, you went to look at this session, maybe you should also look at that session. Or this booth, here's another company. Have y'all dealt with any of that? No. I know the Expo app did it. Our app does it as well, where it's like, okay, you connected with Joe. You should also connect with this person, or this person is actually on right now and you connected with Joe. So maybe you could start a conversation with them. It's just kind of a little bit of matchmaking that way. Another cool app we have recently found here is Wordly. And it actually can convert your sessions to other languages. Not like when you're live, if you buy the app, you can either buy like, we haven't used it, so I'm not like, we're really looking into it because we're an international, so we're going to have people come, but you can buy one language. So like we could just do like Spanish, or you could just do it to English for like the hearing impaired because it would type it out. Or you could buy all the languages, and then whoever it is can either like read it in their language, or if it's live, I think they can put in a headset and hear it in their language. You just like the speaker has to have a microphone. So I think that's pretty cool too. Anybody?
When are y'all going to be using that, Sarah? Any events coming up?
Hopefully in September. We're trying to test it out right now.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get like a sneak peek of it. So maybe use it on our educational platform. Of course, those are recorded sessions, so it works a little bit different on those than it does in person. Yeah. But there's a bunch of other emergency and veterinary associations across the world. So like we have the Japanese VEX some of those people come to our conference, the Polish VEX, some of those people come to our conference, the Latin American VEX, some of those people come to our conference. And we have a track in Spanish, but like, what if we could get them more of our tracks in their language? And then have them up on our education portal after for them to also access. So
yeah, I'd love your feedback when y'all start implementing it more. We have, I think, just a couple of sessions in Spanish, but we definitely like to broaden that. And so hopefully something like this could help us.
Yeah, we're excited. We really hope it does what we want, but yeah, I'll let you know. Well, anybody else? Tips, tricks, things you've heard? The one Michael, the one I was just talking about was Wordly, Wordly. Well, like I said, I am by no means an expert on this. My team uses a lot of the stuff way more than me. They bring me the cool ideas. So none of these were mine by any means.
Well, I can say that I do wish that more of the conferences that I attended had some of these features, you know, because I feel like it's gotten, I mean, actually wonkier instead of better as far as whatever they're using. Because a lot of times now they're not even using an app, they're using
Mhm.
some kind of web-based, cloud-based, which you keep getting bumped out, having to log back in. You can't get through to certain areas and so forth. But you know, a lot of these could make, I love this, all this matchmaking idea. This would make so much sense for all of us. So, and I'd love it for things I attend, and I wouldn't actually have an objection if I was part of a trade show and it helped direct people to other, you know, other booths. So,
You know, you make a good point because especially if it's a conference that's over 2 or more days, because you know, there's always that option, go in, okay, download our app, first thing you do, put your profile on the app, and then you connect with attendees who's also have also already gone and taken that step. And so you connect and you see you're both there, but it's like, that's it. It's like it's a drop off. And I would love to see something like this matchmaker, like these are some people that you, based upon your criteria and whom you work with, and you know, you have a 1,000-room hotel. So if it's a group with 2,500 peak, that they're not going to match you with that, right? So, you know, and see that, you know, here's some people you should consider meeting, and then here's a supplier you should consider connecting with because believe it, they have what you offer, which would be really helpful for me because we've never had a convention center of this size or a hotel of this size. So it's all a brand new education for me to get that out there, you know.
Yeah. I don't mind it either on my side because there are places that maybe I haven't thought of or whatever, you know, of going to cities. I don't know, you know, off the bat, like, oh yeah, I would fit in this town. So when they connect me or whatever, I definitely don't mind like people reaching out or me reaching out or anything like that. Yeah, Joe, is it done? The new convention center?
Yeah, it opened on Valentine's Day, and
Good.
I maybe one of these days I'll get to go see it. I know I'm going up for opening day, which is like 3 weeks, you know,
Yeah.
3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. So I'll get to see it then. Had many hard hat tours, but be nice to see it without wearing goggles and helmet, you know.
Yep. Yep. It's always nice. Well, anything else? We have about 5 more minutes, or y'all can have back 5 minutes. Okay. Well, thank you all for joining. I hope somebody took something from this. I know I did. Once again, we want to thank Visit Fort Worth for their sponsorship. And thank you all for joining. It was great to see everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I really love these.
Thank y'all.
It's a great little meeting. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you. I got some
Thank you
tidbits.
so much.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I've got like a whole page of notes.
Good.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a good rest of the week.